Hi, in previous videos, I've talked about some things that you can do in order to enhance your happiness and well-being. Exercising, meditation was yesterday. Um, I won't run down the list because they're available. It's under the topic of positive psychology in case you're interested. So, um, one of the indicators of happiness is a sense of purpose. And a lot of people, when they think about that, they think that the work that they have to do, when they're getting paid, has to be meaningful. Well, that helps. That helps a lot. We really, really win-win when we have employment that we feel is meaningful. But it doesn't have to be something that you're paid for. You can develop hobbies and habits or whatever it is that you want to do to manifest some things in your life that you feel matter, that they matter to you, they matter to other people, they matter to the world. Some things that come to mind would be to work on improving the environment, maybe starting with your own personal environment and cleaning up, your personal space, and then extending that out to the world. And whether you believe that global warming is a real imminent danger to the planet and to humanity and all of that, or if you believe that it's all just part of the regular system, or what's the term? Cycle, the regular cycle of the planet, which very well may be. Nonetheless, there would be no doubt, I would think, for any of us that there are things in the world that are not good, just in general, like a mass of plastic in the ocean that is the size of Texas, as I understand it, or go for a walk and pick stuff up off of the ground. That has meaning, that has purpose, that has value. And by the way, one of the things that the research indicates, there's a thing, volunteer. Just go volunteer for anything, anywhere. Anyway, what I am going to say is one of the things that the research shows is that when we do things that are purposeful and matter, that they seem to have more power when we don't go around announcing to the world that we're doing them. So keep that in mind. I mean, it's still a good thing that you're doing them. It just seems to have just a tick more potency when we don't go around talking to everybody about it. We do it for its own sake, not for the recognition that we get. There are things that just show up in our lives, obviously, that make us happy, that are really related to that. Give you an example. A new relationship, especially falling in love. Somewhere inside of us, we have a sense that now my life has meaning. The meaning and the purpose of my life right now is to love and be loved by this other individual who I think is pretty wonderful. Which, that's why we fall in love, is we think that the other person is pretty wonderful. Which, that's why it gives us a sense of purpose and meaning. Now, without diverging too much off of the track, let me say that there is a real trap in that. And that is that most people, when they fall in love, and the subconscious effect of that is along the lines of, I value that person, and if they care about me and they love me, then I have value. Well, the big problem with that, of course, is that if that person goes away, what do they take with them? Your sense of value, which is why when we have dissolution of relationships, there's a variety of reasons why that sucks, but there's one big reason is now I feel as though I don't have value because my value was associated with that other person. And so, try to be mindful to not fall into that trap because you have value. You came into the world with value. Nobody gives you value, right? Your employer doesn't give you value. Your children don't give you value. Your significant other doesn't give you value. You got to find that for yourself. You got to find a sense of your own value. And this is what we're talking about here. If you do things that are meaningful to you and you have a sense of purpose, then that's really important. When I used to work at Recovery Resource Center, I mean, I've asked this question in my therapy before, but working with people who are fresh into their recovery and oftentimes unemployed, because I was working social services, a question that I would have for them is, do you think that there is a purpose for each individual? Now, most people need to be pretty spiritually minded to answer yes to that question. Not necessarily, but most people. And of the people that would say yes, I would ask, well, have you found your value? I mean, what is more important than finding your purpose in life? And almost nobody had said, oh yeah, I've discovered my purpose in life. No, usually what they would say is no, and then kind of get a blank look on their face, and I would fill in that blank by saying, so where have you looked for it? And that's the problem, is people don't know where to look for it. Well, back to yesterday's video, look inside, try to clear your mind and try to, ask a question of the universe or yourself or whatever that is, of what am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? Be patient with the question and let it, take weeks, months, whatever it happens to be, for thoughts to pop into your head. And, you don't know if there's a purpose and you're here for a purpose. I don't know if it's going to be a priest, a rabbi, shaman, therapist, doctor, or garbage man, street sweeper, whatever. I mean, burger flipper. Who knows, man? Now, most people get a sense of purpose by serving other people. It is true. But the deal here that I'm suggesting is whatever ideas start popping into your head, I recommend that, you just let it sit, consider it, whatever it happens to be, and maybe that's it. I mean, I'll tell you, 20 years ago when I did this and the idea of drug and alcohol counselor started popping into my head, I was like, well, that's a ridiculous idea. I was 20 to 30 miles away from the nearest school in San Antonio. I was broke. I wasn't matriculated. I didn't really even have enough money for gas to get to and from the school. But I trusted that resonated as the correct, appropriate answer to the question of what am I supposed to be doing. And then I watched miraculously as things unfolded in my life to make that happen. And oh, that's a really cool story. I don't want to burden you with it on this talk here. I do want to get a drink of water though. Anyway, hold on. Time out. So, yeah, I mean, and listen, if this, okay, well, there's another thing. Also, you aren't the first person in the world who has ever wondered this, right? So, there are ways to look for this other than what I've suggested. Do a Google search. There's books on the topic, right? So, what is more important? If you've got a purpose, then fulfilling your purpose, and then if you are fulfilling your purpose, you are living life on purpose, and that's wonderful. I mean, that will lend to your happiness, if not make you happy just outright. So believe that. Anyway, all right. So let's just end it here. Peace out. Bye.